Good morning, traders. Welcome to the early summary of the day. I'm already done with my trading. I caught the 23 pips wave, and my kid is second day in kindergarten, so I am able to record now earlier. So no need to wait for my evening in my time zone. As next 10 hours, now I have peace and is silent, quiet here. So I want to record it right now. I shared on chat today that it would be safer to look for a sells because price reached the supply on higher time zone damn time frame. So let's do some markups. Here down there was the main demand zone, right, where we found yesterday the accumulation and shot to the up. The small last supply on the way was easy broken. Price made here demand by breaking this zone. Here's also big imbalance on the higher time frame, so I would be not surprised if price want to go down there, because usually when the bigger zone is valid, the last smaller opposite zone is just usually broken. As here we had last supply above main demand, so the supply was broken. I will show you this on lower time frame soon. If we had small demand below big supply, usually the zone is not holding the price. It is like the last push, so that's why we see the zone close to each other, the opposite zone. So here we had the 4-hour supply, and let's draw here the break of structure. Yeah, it was here. Huge, amazing, big liquidity grab from those previous highs. Amazing push to the down directly to the demand. So it was break of structure here. Let's go lower. What we have? Lower. We have the last demand here. What I didn't like at first was the high volume. Very fast price was delivered to the supply. Price is already spending a lot of time here. But when I found the break of structure here, I realized that this is maybe the liquidity, the manipulation. Yes, because bullish break of structure in supply can be risky, can be tricky. Yes, as we seen 2 weeks ago on the back testing session. There were also invitation for buyers inside supply, and I was looking only for a sells. Old me would be looking for a buyers, the risky scalps, but we are trading with minimizing the risk, yes, as low as possible. So yeah, more about maybe zones right now. So here I had the last demand, right? So on higher time frames, breaking the zone means that really we are on the strong downtrend. But I would see at first the reaction here. If the zone can hold this if the zone can hold or not. Let's change color of this because they are very close to each other. Let's make it blue. Okay. And let's go lower to M15. We can calibrate this a bit. Yes, here we have. Oh, now it looks better. Yeah, the break of structure. This is the small bullish trend, and look, guys, what happened here. I want to zoom this in. The price was already leaving the trend line, but then this small something looks like the demand is indecision candles ranging market for a while, and then shot to the up as an engulfing candle, as a small leg out, and here appeared the volume from nowhere. It was the opening of Sydney session, and they just pushed the price once again up to get a better price for a sell. So what does it mean? Pushing price strongly up with high volume can be read as a hedge transaction. So they they sacrifice the buyer buy position to get a true sell. Yes, bit higher price. It is always better to sell with higher price. Yes, even on our market, on shops, yeah, we all like to sell with high as possible price. So here was the potential of the beginning of this move as a baseline, as a negative sales, and it wasn't clearly broken. So this made kind of small buyer's zone, but price was going down. Let's go once again to the higher time frame. From my last group, or maybe also in others group, the wick above the zone can be read as a fake out, right? But in my opinion, there are no fake outs. All moves are for some reason. And look guys how it passed fantastically, right? It's not a fake out. They closed their buy position because it was a huge drawdown after so many pips. It was just closure. Price was still back on the supply, the 4-hour time frame supply, so big one. Go back again to the M15 if here's anything interesting. Yes, here was the zone. Price was, look guys, ranging here. So he was also, I see here beautifully liquidity, a lot of money. So if I was looking for a sell, as I mentioned already a few times, it is safer when you are selling to aim for a higher edge of the zone of the demand on the way, yes, as a safety P. Don't be greedy. For me, 23 pips is a lot. It's a big wave. On M5, yeah, this multi-time frame analyzes what appeared. What is here? Here are equal highs. Was it broken? No. Here as well, another one. So let's mark this. Yes, here, look at this. These are the equal highs. Price didn't took liquidity. Oh, like this one. Just want to have this weeks also. So this is resistance. Resistance inside supply. But really, what I didn't like is it was very deep in this supply. And here even once again, right? These are broken as a demand. It is demand inside supply. It is invitation to take a buy. And really, even if price was so nicely here rejecting, of course it could look like a broken supply. But if just above the supply are negative buys, it is logic. If not, if here would be any line like I drew, any kind of break of structure before, as I drew the blue line, here could be read or should be read as a broken supply, as nothing is here. But it was just closure of the buys. So if here we have the small M5 demand, so also here are the previous equal highs. So which candle is responsible of break of structure to look for a potential reaction on the 50%? Yeah, this is this candle. It broke the first equal high, then the second equal high, even the demand. Yes, it closed below. So this is the beautiful, powerful candle which broke the structure. So I measured this one. So no rush. Yes, we are looking for safe setup with patience, without greed. Then on M1, look guys at this one candle. It's breaking the 50 exactly on the halfway of this M1 candle. Here below this 2 weeks we have small imbalance pool. This candle, this move was so sharp, then the same candle just opened not on closure of the previous one, on the halfway. Is halves and halves and halves everywhere are the 50%. So we could calibrate this, yes, to the strongest candle which caused the move, which caused the break of the small demand. This one, even a confirmation on volume, the highest volume on this move. All this bearish wave, a lot of sell orders appeared. Yes, the delta is red, on more red bars than the green ones. The buyers were tired. Yes, they already reached what they wanted. They closed a negative buy on the opening of Frankfurt session, and if this one candle have volume over 300, right? It was that, yes, I remember good, 327, and my entry candle has 32. It is 10 times lower volume. Isn't this beautiful? This is, for me, just logic and very safe. Yes, I'm looking mostly at least 2 times lower volume, but he was 10 times. So 2 and 10 is big difference. And he was my entry to the trade. And I was aiming for a higher edge of 1 hour demand on the way. And take a look how many pips it was. Yeah, here's like 24. I closed this maybe because of spread. It was 23 pips. Clean wave. Any dangerous movement on the way. There's nothing dangerous appeared. It was clean fall. I hope that you can understand my way of thinking here. Yes, because this is every time this is repeatable. Very similar setups. Just we need to find kind of logic, yes, and feel confidence in this what we are doing. So always please wait for the break of structure. Break of structure for a sell setup is breaking the last demand. Here was the last demand, the strong push with extremely big volume. Super, yes, this made the demand. It was the taking liquidity from the previous highs, equal highs. And I found just the strongest candle which caused this, yes, on M5 and M1 for calibration, to take a tighter stop loss. To set it not above this one, right? Just the safe one here should be 3.5 pip. But I just always have fixed it. I'm taking maybe more risk, but I like to see 3 pips. I don't like to calculate my lot size. I am happy how I'm trading. But the safe one should be 3.5 above measure candle. But if this would be the M5 candle, this should be above here, above this gap. These gaps are of course dangerous. But if I see 10 times lower volume on break of structure than the candle which caused this, it was very safe in my opinion, and I just took this. Price was still going down and down and down. In my opinion, very safe trade. Way safer entry than I took yesterday, and it was almost 1 to the 8. Please guys, don't forget about drawing the zones on higher time frames, and to look for a break of structure. This is important. Don't rush the chart. He was dangerous, yes, and exactly on top, because price was above the supply. Yes, we couldn't know what would happen. Yes, if by, for example, drawing this as a demand, we could be trapped. Why to look for a sell if price is above a zone? Why to, for example, measure this candle? It is above the zone. It could be break of the supply. But when price is back again inside the zone, now it is safe. So it was just closure. Yeah, here's not so perfectly drawn. It was just closure of the negative buys. Everything has a reason. Price cannot just because it want and it like to above the supply, hello, and I'm dropping down. The move need to have some logic. So they just closed, they clicked by a small wick, this negative buy. So no more buyers on the market. And I just found it safer, especially on M5 because the M1 was very messy here above. So I found the strongest candle with a lot of volume. Even the big buy orders were here. just to push the price up. I found here a story, a logic story, and my entry, in my opinion, was very logic. But look guys, just by the way, at what's going on now. Yes, this is potential big chances of break of this supply, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the price came here with increasing volume. Yes, it was also on easy to see on the M15. The price was delivered to supply with increasing volume, and usually, most of time, this is the bad sign for a zone. And also now we can see this on M5, that already the last supply was broken, right? But I'm not touching the trades like breaking the big zones. This is very dangerous. I caught what's mine, what was with lower risk, because I was on a big zone. Now is the reaction for the last demand from 1 hour time frame. I would be happy if I would see on the higher time frame the demand which is made as a break of this zone. Yes, as my favorites setups, to see if break of structure, break of supply, or break of demand is made by another zone. So it means that there was accumulation of big power which destroyed some level. So if this move now will create the demand, I would wait next day or 2 days later for a reaction on this demand. For now, this is very dangerous. If this will be a leg out, and this is the base, the black candle, would be nice, yes? This would be the fresh demand as a break of structure, as a confirmation that this is just a reaccumulation after accumulation from yesterday. So let's see what market want to show us, want to give us, and I just took a sell, maybe as a counter trade. I will see this tomorrow, but for me, for today, it was very safe with the price action on M5 and M1. So let's see if this is creation of the new zone, if this will be the leg out, if all this will be broken. Yes, right, like this one. If this will be really the demand, would be probably potential big chances that here is some pending order left by banks, because it is not so easy to break the 4-hour supply. This need to be big power here. Maybe this is just a play, maybe this is just the closure of this movement. No one knows, yes, we cannot predict the market. We need to see leg outs as a big moves. Okay, thank you guys, have a nice day. It's almost 11:30 a.m. and it's time to answer your PMs and check some homework from new students. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow.